Ghana Cote d'Ivoire pledged to resolve sea boundary disputes peacefully. It's News Hour on GBC24 and GTV. Good evening, my name is Shirley Allen. I'm Singapore Publisher. Good evening and welcome in our first story. President Mahama has returned home after a two-day visit to Cote d'Ivoire. The Ivorian President Alassane Ouattara commended President John Mahama for the impact he made on ECOWAS during his time as chairman of the regional bloc. Mr. Ouattara also noted with satisfaction the growing cordiality between Accra and Abidjan, saying that would inform the approach towards a resolution of the maritime water dispute between the two West African countries. Talks between the two leaders centered on economic cooperation, regional integration, and how to resolve a maritime water dispute amicably. During the visit, President Mahama received a symbolic key to the city of Abidjan. The Ministry of Agriculture has acquired rice investors and processors to assist farmers improve their yield and prevent post-harvest losses. The farmers are also being trained to adopt greenhouse technology and shift from the traditional method of farming in order to increase yield. On a visit to the Tono Irrigation Project, the Northern Regional Minister for On a visit to the Tono Irrigation Project in the Northern Region, the Minister for Agriculture Alhaji Mohamed Limuna Muniru told farmers that greenhouse technology was one of the surest ways of achieving food security. The Agric Minister's visit to the Upper East region formed part of his working tour to potential agric areas nationwide to interact with farmers and have first-hand information on their activities and the challenges they face in the sector. The minister and his entourage were at the Tono Irrigation Project site to meet with farmers and discuss ways to address their challenges. The team inspected an ultra-modern pack house, a storage facility meant for the storage of fresh fruits and vegetables. The ongoing marketing infrastructure subcomponent under the Northern Rural Growth Project will have a storage capacity of 500 metric tons of fresh vegetables. On completion, the facility is expected to help address post-harvest losses and stable the prices of agricultural produce. The project coordinator of the
Agricultural Sector Investment Program, GASIP, Mr. Roy Ayaria, who led the team to inspect the project, explained that the facility will enable farmers aggregate their produce, ensure quality standards, and advocate for good price from secure markets. Alhaji Muniru interacted with farmers at the site to update them on best agricultural practices and also solicit their inputs for consideration. The leader of nucleus farmers at the Tono irrigation site, James Adawina, outlined some challenges facing farmers at the site and appealed to the ministry to intervene by providing them with adequate farm inputs and machinery to enable them harvest their crops on time and with ease. During an open forum, the farmers asked questions bordering on fertilizer smuggling, high cost of farm inputs, expansion of the land area, among others. Alhaji Muniru, in response, said he will ensure that the issues are addressed. He mentioned that the government has procured about 149 rice harvesters and processors with accessories from Brazil. He, however, urged the farmers to embrace greenhouse farming as a productive and viable method of farming to ensure high yield.
Mediation experts from West Africa are meeting in Accra amid a need to consolidate peace and stability in the region under a policy dubbed Insider Mediation. External mediators will support internal mediators to resolve internal conflicts. The initiative, a brainchild of the EU, UNDP and ECOWAS, is aimed directly at reducing the number of conflicts on the continent. Close to half of the 16-member ECOWAS bloc have either recovered from war or are experiencing instability in a region that is also recording very positive economic growth.
Africa is the continent mostly plagued by conflicts, instability, and wars. In Ghana and for the rest of the countries, instances like land, chieftaincy, ethnic, and armed conflict have been sources of these conflict. in the past, when they happened, external conflict mediators have been used to quell those situations. But years of practice and studies have shown that using local skill and expertise with support from the international partners have been more effective. So since 2015, the EU, UNDP and ECOWAS, through the Insider Mediation Strategy, have been building the capacity of local mediators to identify and manage conflict in the West African sub-region. The Accra platform gave the individual participants the opportunity to share best practices in their countries. According to the UNDP country representative in Ghana, Christine Evans-Clark, the program has gone according to plan.
That we are here to understand and support the role of local mediators. They are the ones who understand the complexities. They have the institutional memory. They are the ones who know who are all the game players who need to come together.
EU is a key partner and says peace in the sub-region is a win-win for the EU-ECOWAS relations.
For us in the European Union, it's an important topic. It's higher on the agenda these days than it has been in the past.
Conflict expert Dr. Emmanuel Bombandi entreated society to avoid situations that might lead to conflict, as the effect can be catastrophic. Reporting for GBC24, Gifty Ajayi, Accra.
The Ghana Meteorological Agency says it is keen on providing accurate and timely data on the weather and the meteorological services at a session organized by the World Meteorological Agency to ensure efficient service delivery. The Director General of the agency said the agency has procured the logistics to enhance its work.
The World Meteorological Organization is a body with over 191 countries under its ambit. Its primary objective is to assist member countries to provide weather, climate, water, and environmental-related services around the world. It is in this direction that the organization decided to organize a 5-day workshop in Ghana for the staff of the Ghana Meteorological Survey Agency. This is to equip the agency with proper guidelines to improve service delivery by sharing best practices and increase user engagement through effective delivery process. The Chief Public Weather Services of the World Meteorological Agency, Ms. Halle Kotva, said the organization is mandated to dialogue and build the capacity of member countries to provide services that will meet the needs of society.
We organized this workshop in order to assist them a little bit more with this work and really try and bring to the attention of the staff of the Meteorological Service how important it is, the work that they do, to see what it is that these stakeholders really need for their own purposes and the business that they conduct, whether it's aviation or marine or agriculture, and how we can improve the services that they receive from the agency.
The Director General of the Ghana Meteorological Agency, GMET, Group Captain Stephen Komla, retired, said the agency will keep on providing accurate information on the weather to the public.
Perception about meteorological information in Ghana was very low. Confidence in the information was very low. But we have greatly improved on this situation over the past few years. And I can tell you with confidence that any information that we churn out this time round, you have more than 70% accuracy rate.
He called on the general public to rely on information given out by the agency as the only authentic source.
A suspected car battery thief narrowly escaped death this morning at the Nungwa police barrier. According to an eyewitness report, the suspect was spotted with the car battery around 9 a.m. on Thursday. An angry mob poured some oil on the suspect in an attempt to set the body ablaze after lynching him, but a timely intervention by some people saved the man. The man was suspected to have stolen a used car battery at a mechanic shop. Even though some people were able to deter the angry mob from lynching him, the mob would not allow the suspect to be taken to the police station because they believe that the police would set him free. This is once again a reminder of how deep instant justice has eaten deep into our society.
It's okay, it's okay.
A meeting in Kofodia is seeking to map out strategies of creating a comprehensive database for households. The data will ensure proper identification of the poor and vulnerable in society to facilitate efficient and timely interventions.
The Ghana National Housing Registry was established as one of the key activities to strengthen social protection systems in Ghana and to develop a social protection policy. A study conducted by the Ghana Social Participatory Project revealed that a number of uncoordinated social protection programs in the country have resulted in duplications and inefficiencies. The forum was therefore to discuss the creation of a single national household register which will have data of all households in the country for social protection agencies to access information. The national coordinator of the Ghana National Housing Registry, Mr. Robert Austin, said data from relevant agencies will be collated for an accurate and comprehensive register. The operations and logistics specialist at the registry, Madame Betha Jeble, said the GNHR mobile registration centers will be created in order to cover all households. A management information system specialist at GNHR, Madame Evelyn Mauko-Hene, indicated that the single household register has an advantage of enhancing transparency and accountability in targeting of beneficiaries for social protection programs.
We have more news coming up. Please stay with us. You're welcome back. The city of Accra is bracing itself for the memorial marking the June 3 disaster. On that day in 2015, over 160 people lost their lives in a twin disaster of fire and floods that swept through parts of the city, with the Nkrumah Circle the worst affected area. Gifty AJ has just returned from the site and joins us in the studio. Now, tell us what you saw and what about the preparations for tomorrow's event?
Yeah, like you rightly said, Shirley, tomorrow will obviously be exactly 1 year after the Circle disaster. And so I just returned from Circle a couple of minutes ago. The place is being put in shape. They are trying to organize the place for tomorrow. And I met officials of the AMA and they told me they are trying to organize a church service for, people who would want to attend.
Where? The exact place?
I think it's around the Circle, Reverend Ernest Brew Memorial Methodist Church. And then from there, all of them will come to the disaster site and, of course, do one or two rituals to actually remember the people who lost their lives last year. So basically, they were just cleaning the place, putting the place in shape. And other people have also come there to see what is going on. And some of them were survivors of the disaster. I met people who had burns all over, some amount of degree of burns. And also people are just curious to know what is going on, at least have a feel of what is going on at the disaster site. So basically, the mood there was solemn, people trying to remember relatives who lost their lives and also what is going on.
So you spoke to some of the survivors?
Yes, I did.
What did they say?
For some of them, they were happy they survived, although they had some amount of burns, some degree of burns. But they were happy at least they made it because other people did not survive it. And there was this particular girl I spoke to and, her story was catchy. The fact that she had burns on the ears, the hands, the thighs, and of course the back. And although she survived, she tells me sometimes, she thinks she's not a full human being because she's a young girl And of course, even her chances of getting a man to marry. Yes, so in as much as she survived it, she was a bit, laid back, and then coming back to the very scene where she sustained the injuries, she was very down, but at least she made it.
You were part of that coverage last year, June 5th. You took part in the coverage. What was the difference between last year and this year, tomorrow being 1 year?
Yes, last year was very, very hectic. We had to file a couple of stories. And going back to the scene today, I would say not much has happened so far, because you still have the filling station not, trying to be rehabilitated. You have some of the buildings which were caught up in the fire not, being renovated or rehabilitated. So it's almost like what I saw last year, but I'm only hoping that things will just catch up and the place will be turned back to normalcy.
Well, so before you go, what more can you tell us about the preparations for tomorrow's 1 year?
Well, I think we should all participate in it, because I would describe what happened last year as one of the darkest instances in our history, because if you have a single day and over 160 people can lose their lives, then it's very significant. But when you go to the root cause of the whole incident, is about not being responsible of our environment. So as a people, we have to be responsible. It's not a government individual affair. It is a shared responsibility. We should all be responsible, and trust me, everybody will be okay. So that's what I would say, Shelly.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We've been speaking to our reporter Gifty AJ, who just returned from a circle where tomorrow will be exactly 1 year of the twin disaster which involved the fire and the flood. You're still watching news on GBC24. We have more coming up in business. Please stay with us.
Hello, good evening and welcome. We're grateful to have you join us for the business segment of the news. I am Dorothy Ajimai. Avocado, popularly known as papaya in a can, is grown widely in Ghana. However, not much has been done to process and store the fruit when it is in season and in abundance. A visit to the Tema Community 1 market shows that a glut has led to traders counting their losses on a daily basis. A report by Esther Redu Ohumewu.
Worldwide production of avocados has risen appreciably in recent years and is now around 3.6 to 3.8 million tons, according to the Food and Agriculture Organization. Mexico is the world's leading avocado grower, followed by Chile. Together, these two countries account for 40% of the world avocado output. Significantly in Ghana, avocado is mainly grown by small farm holders, that is, from backyard plantings and volunteer crops scattered in cocoa and other farms in most parts of the country. Ghana contributes only a small percentage to the world export of the fruit because it appears the production is largely centered on internal consumption all year round. At the Community 1 market in Tema, it was evident that this precious commodity was wasting away. The unfortunate development comes with a lot of cost to the traders. The avocado market queen, Abna Atta, says the avocados are brought from Sirri in the western region and Ejeso in the Ashanti region. She said previously, when avocado was not in season, a bag was being sold at 200 Ghana cedis, but now it is being sold at 40 Ghana cedis. She also complained about the high cost of transportation, which is eating deep into their pockets. Atta blamed the high losses being witnessed in the avocado business to the use of chemicals by farmers.
It is an annual fruit and efforts should be put in place to ensure that the fruit do not get spoiled.
Because
Adia Pena Foriwa,
said the traders also do not have a convenient place to sell their produce, and the offset of the rains has further led to the avocados soaking rain, leading to their spoilage.
The rain has spoiled all my goods.
Abna Mensah, an avocado retailer, says the pear glut is more than what was experienced last year, leading to a reduction in sales.
I sell around 100 Ghana cedis these days, but 70 Ghana cedis on bad days.
Mami Kobwa, a consumer, says although pear is in abundance and should fetch cheaper prices, the traders are still selling at high prices, leading to the waste.
The traders are coming from the hinterlands and are refusing to reduce the price due to high transportation costs.
Avocados contain more potassium than bananas and is also loaded with heart-healthy fatty acids needed for growth.
Avocado is a very important fruit. You know, it's usually referred to as the superfood because it contains a lot of vitamins, over 20 vitamins, and contains also some important minerals like potassium, which is very important for the human body.
Many have expressed worry that avocado, which contains such nutritional values, are made to go to waste on a daily basis. The solution to the problems of the short shelf life of the fruits is to eliminate the possibility of waste during the major season by preserving the fruit through value addition. For traders like Abna Atta, this may be the only way for them to make some gains when avocado experiences a glut.
Watching News Hour, and this is the business segment. Moving on the interbank market, the cedi appreciated by 9 pesos against the pound sterling, maintained its value to the dollar and dipped a peso against the euro. Up next is the board.
Light crude and cocoa decreased by 4 cents and $10 respectively. Gold, on the other hand, gained $4.90 to sell at $1,216 an ounce. This segment was brought to you by Airtel and Ernest Chemist. Insurance News is next. Bank assurance is an agreement in which a bank and an insurance company form a partnership so that the insurance company can sell its products to the bank's client base. This practice is now widespread in Ghana, with a number of banks now a one-stop shop for banking and insurance products. GBC24 spoke to Mr. Justice Ofei, a director at the National Insurance College, on the current trend in banking and insurance.
The bank insurance module, BIM, is also known as bank assurance or all finance. Though this practice has been the norm in several countries, including South Africa, it is now becoming part of the bouquet of products offered by a good number of banks in Ghana. Mention can be made of Societe Generale, Ecobank, Unibank, UT Bank, GCB Bank, among others.
Banks like UT and Unibank have their own insurance companies and are selling products of their sister companies, but Societe Generale Ghana is selling the products of Prudential and EcoBank Old Mutual. BIM allows the insurance company to maintain smaller direct sales teams as their products are sold through the bank to customers by bank staff and employees as well. A director at the Ghana Insurance College, Mr. Justice Ofori, describes bank assurance as a win-win affair for the banks and the insurance companies.
Bank assurance is a new area where we have insurance companies and banks coming together to offer insurance to their clients. Normally, the insurance companies would use the banks because the banks have a very wide clientele, reliable, and the insurance is sold through the bank. But behind the bank, there is an insurance company that actually provides the insurance aspect, the protection. So bank assurance is more or less a way whereby the banks are fronting for the insurance companies. They are using their clients to sell the insurance for the insurance companies.
Bank staff and tellers, rather than an insurance salesperson, becomes a point of sale and point of contact for the customer. Bank staff are advised and supported by the insurance company through product information, marketing campaigns, and sales training. The bank and insurance company share the commission. Bank assurance is extremely popular in European countries such as Spain, France, and Austria. With its current growth in Ghana, analysts are of the view that if the rest of the banks will roll out bank assurance products, it will go a long way to deepen the insurance penetration in the country. Comparatively, the penetration rate of insurance in South Africa is higher than Ghana, which is less than 3%.
The insurance news was brought to you by SIC Life. We do appreciate your company.
Good evening and many thanks for joining us on the health segment of the news brought to you by FPAC, Blows Your Pain Away. My name is Evans Echampon. Now we start off with in the UK, where results of a study just released show that men with larger waistlines could be at a higher risk of developing aggressive prostate cancer. Research on 140,000 men from 8 European countries found that a 4 inches larger waist circumference could increase the chances of getting the cancer by 13%. Now, living a healthy lifestyle has proved to be effective in managing type 1 diabetes. Following this, students of the Armed Forces Senior High Technical School in Burma Camp have been educated on type 1 diabetes and its accompanying symptoms.
Diabetes is a long-term condition that causes high blood sugar levels. Approximately 10% of all diabetes cases recorded are type 1. Type 1 diabetes, also known as juvenile diabetes, is common in people in their early adulthood or teenage years. It lasts a lifetime and there is no known cure, but it is treatable. One of the measures to check the prevalence of diabetes is through awareness creation. Medical officers took turns to educate students on symptoms of diabetes. The symptoms include increased thirst, weight loss, frequent passage of urine, and unnecessary tiredness. A nurse and member of the Diabetes Youth Care Group, Miss Audrey Hom, has been living with type 1 diabetes and shares her experience.
When I was diagnosed, I was very scared because when I was growing up, I had it was adult diabetes, so I was wondering why I had it. And every time I go for a review, I'll see adults, I don't see children like me, so I was a bit scared.
The Chief Medical Officer of the Trust Hospital in Accra and a diabetes caregiver, Dr. Joseph Nelson, advised students that persons living with diabetes could live healthy lives through good dieting and discipline.
In diabetes, and especially type 1, which is what we are talking about, there is no production of insulin at all. So anytime you eat, what is happening is that sugar is accumulating in your blood and it keeps going high and high and high. And that is the reason for all the complications or the problems that you see with somebody who has, diabetes.
Dr. Nelson advised parents to inform school authorities about the condition of their wards with special needs due to the disease. He also asked them to involve the school authorities in the care plan.
The health segment brought to you by FPAC.
Happenings in the world of sports. Ex-President John Kufuor has praised Captain Stephen Appiah for the upcoming Unity football match. He pledged his support for the upcoming match and called on all Ghanaians to support the event.
More to go for the Unity match by ex-Black Stars captain Stephen Appiah. Appiah will be using football as a tool to drum home the message of peace before, during and after the general elections. As part of activities to make the event more memorable, Appiah has paid a courtesy call on ex-President John Ajay. It was to officially invite him to grace the occasion.
We don't want to sit here and wait until something happens. So 8th of June, that will be next week in Kumasi. We played a game, Stephen Appiah 11 against the Fabulous. And then 11th, we played against the Black Stars at the Accra Sports Stadium. And I'm sure that you'll definitely be there.
Ex-President John Ajay Kufuor described Appiah as a true leader.
Steve, I've always described as a leader. And today he's using his God-given talents in soccer for the greater good of the nation through politics, because elections are about politics in the first instance, and also to promote peace. I've taken pains to work a short statement, which I hope will be published in support of this initiative that Steve has taken. It's leadership not just on the football arena, it's leadership, real leadership for the nation.
A special aide to the ex-president, Mr. Frank Ejekum, read a special message signed by
Ex-France captain Marcel Desailly has launched a special under-17 championship in Accra. The two-day event will take place at the Lizzie Sports Complex in East Legon and is aimed at selecting and grooming the next batch of talented players. The Marcel Desailly Cup is a football competition put together by ex-France captain Marcel Desailly. The two-day competition is reserved for only under-17 players. 8 teams, namely Lizzie Sports FA, SAC Academy, Fordham FC and Zenabs FC. The rest are Cantonment FC, Astros FC, FC Basaket and Match FC will be doing battle for the inaugural event. The competition is following the FIFA rules governing under-17 competitions. As such, the organizers, the Lizzie Sports Complex, took the players through rigorous checks before being given the green light to participate in the competition. Launching the event, the technical director at the Lizzie Sports Complex, Nana Kwekwajiman, touched on the rules of the game.
The idea for Marcel Desailly Cup is for us to be able to take the youth football and make it what it is supposed to be. Today, we cannot boast of the likes of the Stephen Appiahs, the Sule Muntaris, the Michael Essens, the of old, the Ablade Kumers of old. Today, we cannot boast of them no more because our kids don't play in these codes level. They are not developed in these levels. So the main aim of this trophy is to bring back into light the old codes football. That every Saturday, people want to run away from their homes and go and watch codes football.
The trophy at stake was then unveiled. The competition starts this Saturday, will end on Sunday.
Let's now do some entertainment news. Dear God, the latest of Abel White's plays, has premiered at the National Theatre. The play focuses on social and religious issues which are usually ignored.
I need to be understanding and patient with him because I know the kind of man I married.
Dear God, tells a story about Dr. Mrs. Ife Agri, who is on for promotion, and her husband, Professor Fifi Agri, who is being considered to head the company they both work in.
Interesting turn of events threatened to throw their achievements down the drain.
I belong to a cabin of witches. And every year, one of us has to bring a son for us to sacrifice for more power. It's my turn, and Fifi is my only son.
To salvage the situation, Efe, a scientist who doesn't believe in superstition, needs to send a memo to God.
Thank you for the well, so sweet. Thank you for the food we eat.
In the end, a disguised angel came to make Dr. Efe learn to believe in the power of God to help in her current situation. Uncle Ebo White, playwright and director, explains what he hopes to achieve with the play.
There are aspects of our reality in Ghana that we tend to deny. We tend to deny because it is not pleasant and it is not comfortable about it. As an artist, as a writer, as a Ghanaian, I thought I owed it to Ghana for us to reflect on some of the things that hold us back. This is a blessed country, and yet very little makes sense in this country. And sometimes it's because we are looking for the answers only in the physical, in the politics, in the economy. But that is not all. We should also look into the spiritual.
Selected cast members spoke about their experiences.
Discovering who Professor Agre was also quite a challenge, because you start off with a blank slate and every now and then, ideas come in and you piece the character together. I don't believe I have reached the end of that journey yet as to who Professor Agre really is, but we are really close, and I'm grateful for the opportunity.
It's been an interesting one. I mean, I started off and there was nothing in me, and with Uncle Ebo's guidance and his tuition, I am what I am, as you saw today on the stage.
The play combines humor, good music, and great stage performance.
Up next is the weather reports.
The Winko Weather Report, brought to you by Adriane Hene with technical support from the Ghana Meteorological Agency.
Good evening, viewers. The weather report is proudly brought to you by Adriane Hene. My name is Eunice Kweku Tonye, and for the past 24 hours, Ghana has experienced scattered showering activities affecting most parts of the country. And the affected portions with the corresponding figures are being scrolled right now at the base of your screens. From now till tomorrow morning, we are tracking high humidity to affect most parts of the country. We are going to be experiencing scattered showering activities affecting areas over the northern transition, forest, and the coastal lines. We are looking at areas over Tumu, Wa, Kintampo, Techiman, down to Bandai, Akosombo, Accra, Pokuase towards Gomwa, Axim, and all the surrounding areas. For temperatures, we are tracking a range between 23 and 26 degrees Celsius to affect most parts of the country. In the afternoon, however, we're going to be experiencing some sunshine intervals across the entire country, but a chance of scattered showering activities will be affecting areas over the southern sector. For temperatures, we are likely to experience a range between 30 and 35 degrees Celsius affecting most parts of Ghana. Right after now is a 48-hour forecast. Do stay tuned to GTV. Well, it's a wrap on the news for now. Thank you so much for watching.
Bringing news tonight at 10:30.
Good evening.